we're still talking about Joshua. After the death of Joshua came to pass that the children of Israel asked the Lord, saying, who should go up for us against the Canaanites first to fight against them? And the Lord said, Judah shall go up. Behold, I have delivered the land into his hand. Now, what did God say to do? Okay, they asked God. That's a good thing, all right? Asking God, what should we do? Remember, their leader, Moses is dead, Joshua's dead. Now they got to ask the people themselves, hey God, what do you want me to do? And God says, okay, first thing I want you to do is, Joshua, I want you to go and attack the enemy in your land and take it over. And so Judah. And what does Judah do? He says to Simon, his brother, remember there are thousands of Simons, it's the whole house of Judah, the house of Simon. There are thousands of people that are named Judah because they're all happening in the tribe of Judah, now in the tribe of Simon. And he tells them, I want you to go with me and fight for my lot. And then when it's your turn, I'll help you fight for your lot. That sounds pretty reasonable, don't you think? It's always better having more help than others. Budge worked like a dog. I mean, today he was up and down, up and down, up and down, and up and down those stairs, carrying all those books. Every time he brought a box down for books, he took a box upstairs to the boys' room or Susie's room or someplace else and kept moving boxes back and forth, back and forth. Put the bed together. He moved all the stuff from that was in here that we seemed at the time to be important, and it got done. It is always best to try to get help. Now, you have to have help with the family. You have to have help with your children. Sometimes you have to have help with your finances. I can see this is really, really, really important to you people. Number one, there's going to be times that the rent needs to be paid. You know what that means? Somebody has to man up and say, or woman up and say, I will now work. You can put that on pause because we've lost half of everybody.
I got some chips.
Okay. Waiting.
Oh, okay.
So in the book of Judges, Joshua's dead. The elders ask, what should we do? And Judah says, God tells Judah, you are to go first. Go fight the enemy. He asks his brother, help me. His brother says, I will help you. And in turn, when it's my turn to get my lot, you will help me. as a family, as a church, as any member of society, you need help. You're going to need help as a family. 3 types. Love. It's emotional. Emotional help. Financial help. Spiritual help. Let's say we have a bad month and we need help preparing to do something, okay? Whatever it might be. But we don't have people do it. So you know what we do? We need help. Everybody needs help at one point in their life. And you're going to need financial help. You're going to need spiritual help. And so we learn here that Simon decides to take Judah. And the Lord delivered the Canaanites, Perizzites, and a bunch of them other ites. And they fought them, and they won. And they cut off one of the kings, cut off his thumbs and his great toes. I like to do stuff like that. Save the king, put him underneath the table. You know why? Can't eat. You got no thumbs and you ain't got no toes. You can't run. You're pretty much worthless. Somebody has to feed you. You got to learn how to eat all over again when you have no thumbs and you have no big toes. But that's how they would spare the king's life. And they did that. And then they went and they continued their fighting, and they brought him to Jerusalem. There he died, and the children of Judah fought against Jerusalem. They took it by sword. They took it by fire. This is the first time the word Jerusalem is mentioned. Notice it did not belong to the Jews first. But it was promised by God that they would own the city of Jerusalem, the holy city. It is given to the tribe of Judah, the lion's tribe. The tribe of Judah is considered the lion's tribe. When Jesus comes back, he ain't coming back as no suffering lamb that dies on the cross as a sacrifice. He ain't coming back as the baby Jesus going goo goo, gaga. He's not coming back like that. When he comes back, he's going to come back like the lion. And he's going to roar, and he is going to destroy those that oppose him. So Judah goes up, they fight the Canaanites. It repeats itself in here again in the book of Judges about Caleb. I smote one of the kings, couldn't take one of the mountains, offered his daughter. You say, what are they doing? They're repeating history. In the Bible, you will see the book of Kings, the book of Numbers, the book of Judges, plus all the other books. All of them are mixed together. You say, why? History has a way of repeating itself, and God does not want you to forget this bit of history. So he tells the same story over and over and over and over again. Why? So that you'll finally figure it out. You've heard it enough times, guess what? You'll learn it. Just like learning ABCs. Does everybody know their ABCs? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. That's all I know. No, that's not all I know. I know all of them. Amen? It's the same way you learn. God put it the same way. He put it in there to remind you that Caleb wanted a strong man to take care of his daughter, a man that was going to rule and be able to fight for his daughter It talks about the gift that he gives his daughter, the field. Talks about the extra water, the spring water that she wanted. Everything's in the book of Judges. You say, we saw that already. I know that. But God wanted you to hear this story so that you don't wind up with some loser. What's a loser? You know what a loser is, Seth? I'm going to tell you what a loser is. Would you like to hear my own personal belief? A guy that refuses to work. A guy that refuses to learn an occupation. A guy that thinks it's more impressionable to determine how many women I can impregnate and how many fights I can win. To me, that is a sissy. To me, that is a punk. To me, that is not a man. But you know what little girls want? They don't want men. They want little boys. So they can change their diapers and blow their little noses and burp them. And when they throw little tantrums, they can say, now calm down, son, calm down. They don't want a strong man. They don't want a man that'll take charge. They don't want a man that'll say, this is what we're going to do. They want a boy. And until you... Now let me say this. It takes character. It takes character. God cannot give you character. You have to pray and ask God. You are